A happy new year, and may the spirit of everything good come your way in 2021. Welcome to Kaleidoscope with me, Savithri Rodrigo. We've had a crazy year in 2020, enveloped by bad news day in and day out. And that is the reason we started Kaleidoscope, because we all needed some sunny news in our lives. Kaleidoscope is all about spreading happy news and keeping that optimism alive. Thank you to all who supported us from the day we began, right in the middle of the pandemic, and I hope that we have been the bearer of happy tidings in otherwise horrid times. And ahead on our New Year program, we turn to some of our past guests and ask them the lessons they learned in 2020 and their wish list for 2021. That's on Ceylon Tea. Let's talk. On our People's Bank News Capsule, we have economist and international consultant Anushka Vijay and director and founder of Ophir, Rohini Nordman. While on Singer Life in 60, it's all about taking the plunge to travel again with Ashera Gomez. In our Kaleidoscope snapshot, we take a quick look at the year that was. While the dreaded coronavirus had already begun to spread by the beginning of 2020, we focus on some sunny news that gave light to an otherwise challenging year. The EU is now rolling out the COVID-19 vaccines, and AstraZeneca says the jab is being improved with a winning formula. Air quality improved due to lockdowns, resulting in a 7% drop in emissions. A French firm developed revolutionary technology to recycle PET plastic. With space junk becoming an increasing environmental hazard, Japan will launch the world's first wooden satellites by 2023. Egypt banned camel rides in Giza after Cambodia banned elephant rides in Angkor Wat. Professional violinist Dagmar Turner played her instrument as surgeons in London removed a tumor from her brain. Brazil's women's football team went to court and scored a win for equal pay. That was a quick snapshot of sunny news, but the year ends on a cloudy shade for the fashion industry. Father of fashion branding, Pierre Cardin, dies at the age of 98. We will be back with our People's Bank News Capsule. On Christmas Eve, after 8 long months, lawyers across 28 countries finally inked a trade deal between the EU and the UK that was 1,246 pages long. This finally put an end to the uncertainty surrounding what a post-Brexit economy would look like. The health of the British economy impacts Sri Lanka, given that roughly 10% of Sri Lanka's exports are to Britain, especially the apparel industry exports. What happens to Sri Lanka's trade status now? Spelling it out is economist and international consultant Anushka Vijay.
Now, aside from this deal, the UK had already committed that countries like Sri Lanka, which benefited from the EU's GSP Plus scheme, will continue to enjoy the same preferential market access under a similar tariff scheme, which they call the UK GSP Enhanced Framework. But really, Sri Lanka has to look beyond this. We should be looking to deepen our ties with the UK and with the EU beyond these basic preferential schemes. Already Singapore has inked a deal with the UK just a couple of weeks ago in early December. It's Britain's first bilateral FTA after Brexit, and Singapore moved fast. Vietnam, with the EU, they signed an FTA a few months ago. So clearly our ASEAN neighbours are forging ahead, and we risk getting left behind if we don't aggressively pursue new trade agreements and promote greater market access for our exporters.
The Colombo stock market continues its upward trend and seemed to be closing the year on a high. The indices remained mostly unchanged at the end of the holiday-shortened work week, with the average daily turnover at 2.6 billion rupees. According to Moody's, the price of WTI crude oil will trade in early 2021 within the range of $40 to $45 per barrel, and in the medium term, prices will trade in the range of $45 to $65 per barrel, but mainly at the lower end of this range. The price of gold was at $1,881 an ounce, supported by a slide in the US dollar. Our feature on entrepreneurs this week focuses on Rohini Nordman, who decided to use the antioxidants in the amazing properties of Ceylon Tea, coupled with the wealth of traditional wisdom and scientific findings, to produce a range of 100% natural skincare products.
Well, Ophir started about 5 or 6 years ago I was looking for something to do that was interesting and could be a successful entrepreneur-led business. I settled on natural skincare because it was something I thought we could do very well in Sri Lanka. Genuine, artisanally made skincare, full of the cornucopia, the goodness of Sri Lanka's botanicals, and of course Ceylon Tea, which has proven antioxidant benefits. And so about 5 years ago we got it onto market. We were adopted by Shangri-La, Anantara, Ceylon Tea Trails, Cape Veligama, lots of visitors coming, asking to buy it again, because we made something that I think it is actually what it is. Good quality, affordable, high-end natural skincare for face and body.
The ICC has named its Test Team of the Decade, captained by Indian skipper Virat Kohli, who also won the Sir Garfield Sobers Award for the ICC Male Cricketer of the Decade and ODI Cricketer of the Decade. Kumar Sangakkara is the only Sri Lankan who made it to the team as wicketkeeper. With the season still on, here's how a Colombian taxi driver spreads Christmas cheer. He places his co-pilot, Colonel, a little fur baby, in the seat beside him, dressed in matching green tops and hats, aviator glasses and fluffy fake beards. The winners of our vouchers from Odell and Soft Logic, dinner for 4 from Central at Shangri-La and the hamper from Mabrock will be drawn later on, so keep watching. We'll be back with our lessons learned and wish list for 2021 on Ceylon Life. Let's talk.
With Ceylon Life Pension Saver, Sri Lanka's premier retirement plan, start planning for a retirement today. Ceylon Life, a relationship for life.
We've had a variety of guests on Kaleidoscope, from corporate captains to activists to heads of donor agencies and diplomatic missions. We've had citizens talk about issues that are swept under the carpet and exclusives with game changers and trailblazers. There have been entrepreneurs, innovators, small business heads, achievers and young people who have all shared their opinions. From nearly 150 guests on the show from June last year, on Ceylon Life Let's Talk today, we take a combo of all these and ask them what lessons they learned in 2020. Starting off is a Forbes 30 Under 30 named Mevan Pieris, who was the first guest on our show.
My biggest lesson from the year 2020 that just passed is not to be afraid of change. We will adapt, and if you work hard enough, you can find solutions to almost any problem.
I think I've learned that we can all get by with so much less. We actually need very little and not as much as we generally go looking for. Life can be good with much less.
Is the importance of companies being prepared for the unexpected, having business continuity plans in place and having a very agile operating model.
Is to respect the environment and not overstep the boundaries.
It's about COVID, right? I mean, unthinkable can happen. We need to prepare for things like that as well.
I think instead of planning, we have to learn to let life happen to us, because that's how we get stronger.
COVID has thrown out enormous challenges this year, and really the lesson that I've learned is that when you follow the evidence and you do it with heart and courage, you can achieve amazing things for children and their families, as we've done in Sri Lanka this year.
Is how to have patience and understanding.
Community is everything. When we all get together, we all work in unison and we all strive for the same goal. For the improvement of our community, we can achieve great things.
2020 will remain a unique year, at least for our lifetime. Beginning with once-in-a-century pandemic, it showed us the flip side of life. It also made us reflect and realize and value the small things that we take for granted.
I think it's the importance of family, because over the last year, we saw society broke down, neighborhoods were under lockdown, even the government broke down, and all that remained was family.
Change is the only constant, the Buddha said, and this year we had to reinvent ourselves, be flexible, generous, and extend our goodwill. And only then we made our communities and our country work.
We've gone through such a hard time this year, and I think to get through the challenging times, it really helps to think about the things that we do have and be grateful for them.
Nothing is firm, nothing is sure, everything is fluid, everything is transitionary, and it is often the vulnerable that get hurt the most by these things. So as we formulate policy or as we do our work, we need to consistently have those who are most vulnerable at the forefront, and it is that work that can make a huge difference and really change things.
And we also asked our gallery of movers and shakers what their wish lists were for 2021.
What I wish for 2021 for Sri Lanka is for all of us to realize that we are one, regardless of race, religion, social status or financial wealth, and that we are all Sri Lankans and that we don't hesitate to help someone else out in the new year.
I think for me, certainly I don't wish for the old normal. I do wish for a better normal for us all.
My hope is that Sri Lanka will be able to procure the vaccines in adequate quantities as soon as possible so that the economy and tourism in particular can recover.
My wish for Sri Lanka is a Sri Lanka that knows how to accept, acknowledge and even celebrate the diversity that we have.
Next year can be a normal year, right, with the vaccines coming in, and hopefully things will improve and we can have a normal year. I think that is what we all are expecting.
So instead of waiting for a good year to come around, I'm going to learn to appreciate the bad years because they'll come out strong.
I'm so excited that in 2021 UNICEF is going to be supporting the government and other partners in rolling out the COVID vaccine. That is going to be a game changer. But I'm also very excited that we may be able to support the government of Sri Lanka in rolling out a universal child benefit. This is essential in helping to address the urgent needs of children and their families that have been exacerbated by the COVID crisis.
That people get to reunite with their families as soon as possible, and I hope there's a solution to this pandemic as soon as possible.
A greater sense of empathy and care and understanding for everybody around us.
We should define and design our new normal, the better normal, to restore health of our people and planet, to move together to collective good rather than individual triumphs, to work towards a healthier, happier, greener and equitable world where no one is left behind.
And as a people, that we rise up to the occasion and start living our lives, because I think we need to get over the fear.
I wish 2021 to be a year of kindness and empathy, kindness to our surroundings and all its species in our thoughts and actions.
For 2021, I hope that we continue to care about each other and be there for each other, and we as a human race come together.
We learn much more kindness, much more empathy, much more deep connectedness with our fellow human beings, but also the world around us, because without that, it really means we cannot move forward, and it is what has got us through this pandemic, is us being connected with each other and being empathetic towards each other.
Diverse and different in lessons and wishes they may be, but the single thread running through is the need to treat each other better, be more compassionate, live for the moment and create a better normal where the economy, social fabric and environment will thrive. Thank you to my 14 guests. You've articulated what all of us had in our minds. A great way to start off the new year. That was Ceylon Life. Let's talk.
With Ceylon Life Pension Saver, Sri Lanka's premier retirement plan, start planning for your retirement today. Ceylon Life, a relationship for life.
We'll be back with Ashira Gomez, who takes us on a journey of discovery and exploring on Singer Life in 60. Everyone has missed travel, especially if you're bitten by the travel bug like me. 2021 promises to let us get back on track And lifestyle and travel content creator Ashira Gomez urges you to explore the exotic, esoteric and the extraordinary in Singer Life in 60.
Hi everyone, I'm Ashira Gomez and I'm a part-time travel and lifestyle content creator. 2020 has been a terrible year, I think, for everyone all around the world. Tourism has been hit terribly, and I think this new year travel is going to be a little bit different, but here's to hoping that we will at least travel a little bit more. My number one destination is definitely Sri Lanka. We've got it all. We got it from beaches, wildlife, hill country, the food, everything is just perfect, and this is definitely the number one destination that I would recommend. Number two is Japan. Japan is absolutely beautiful. The culture, the sights, the people, everything around that place is just amazing, and you feel so happy when you visit it. Trust me. So these are the two recommendations that I give you guys. So here's to hoping that 2021 we will start traveling at least a little, following all the safety guidelines, and yeah, Happy New Year.
So pack your bags and let that travel fever take root. Thank you very much, Ashira Gomez, for being with us on Singer Life in 60 and sharing your travel experiences, which are, I must say, delightful, with us on Kaleidoscope. It's time to present our very lucky winners on our Christmas special. Winning the Mabrock hamper filled to the brim with specialty tea is Ivy Pereira. A delectable dinner for 4 at Central, Shangri-La's multi-cuisine restaurant, is won by Lu Ching Wong. And we have 2 vouchers totaling 25,000 rupees, each worth 12,500 rupees from Odell and SoftLogic. Our lucky winners who can go shopping to their heart's content to any of the stores under the Odell or SoftLogic umbrella are Amrita Hapuarachi and Imasha De Silva. Thank you to all our gift givers who generously played Santa for the whole of the month of December. Now, don't forget to click on the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, Kaleidoscope with Savithri Rodrigo, and press the bell icon to remain updated. There are more surprises coming up throughout the new year. You will wear a mask this new year. It is surely the normal way we will live our lives. But do keep smiling. Your eyes will light up and brighten someone's day. A safe and happy new year to you. Here's your Kaleidoscope takeaway. No matter how hard the past is, you can always begin again.